session basically we talk about the clinical use of prism, right? Actually what happened, normally we already has been used this section in the different categories, right? Suppose we use the use of prism in, already we discuss in squint part, right? Some part of prism use in the nystagmus, some part ophthalmic instrument, right? So it might be make a cumbersome for you because you are getting distracted after all seeing the clinical use of prism in different section. So I just use here all the prism in a at a glance, right? So what is the index we got before going to begin this session? Index we suppose discuss here in the instrument section, right? Instrumental part. The second one is orthooptics part, right? In orthooptics part we used in nystagmus, phoria, tropia, right? Glaucoma, and so, right? Just look, we in instrument we already see in the slit lamp part we use the prism, a wave prism basically shift into this part which convert the image shape, right? Which come from the downward and which come from the outward. When they go into the macroscopic view they getting interchanged, right? And they getting converting, right? So actually our purpose is to just look or examine the ocular part into the rightward direction. We use the prism to just change the ray which is coming from inside or which is coming from the outside, means which is coming from upper side or which is coming from inside. It's just reversing by using prism and biconvex lens, right, at equal focusing distance, right? We already have been covered all these things, right? Here we use suppose instrument with normally used in slit lamp, right? And keratometry, tonometry, gonioscopy, right? Up to this. What about the orthooptics? In orthooptics basically we use the prism in two different sections. First is relabing prism and the second is adverse prism. Now what is relabing prism and what is adverse prism, right? Just look, suppose this is eye, right? What is this is eye, this is eye, also this is eye, right? If this is eye, due to any abnormality, right? If this is normal and this is also normal, due to any abnormality, no matter tropia, phoria, right? What exactly is going on we discuss in later part, which supposedly think like that due to any abnormality eye is getting deviated, right? Either inward or outward. Suppose if they getting deviated inward, suppose instead of being here they getting shifted into here and these remain in one position, right? Now question is here, what will happen or how we use here prism in this part? Simply just assume this is a nose, right? Or here this is a nose part, right? This is eyebrow, here also eyebrow, right? What we will do, suppose if this type of condition we got in clinical practice life, we simply put prism here. Now question is why we put prism here? Great. If you think like that, it's really awesome question. Just think why we don't put prism here. You can put, and we also used prism here and here. We will discuss in later part, right? In this session, just think, suppose this is a prism, due to any condition eye is getting deviated inward direction. Our achievement, what? We just try to put the eye here, no matter which technique we use to convert the eye here to here, right? So we never play with eye because eye is a human being. As a human being, just simple think about that, we can't play with eye. Yes, we play with eye by surgical resection or resection of the muscle, I know that, but I just simply told about you, just think like that without interfering the eye. What we do to just relocate the eye position into the primary position. So I have an option, just put the prism, right? Now question is here, why we decide always put prism in the deviating eye? Never. It's depend upon the case, right? Whether we put prism in the deviating eye or normal eye, it's depend upon case, it's depend upon us, means you, means if you are a practitioner, if you are a clinician, means all decision are taken by you, right? So what you will do, just simply you put prism here. Now question is here, in which direction, relieving prism or adverse prism? Here we put relieving prism. Now question you can ask me, why we put here relieving prism? Great. If you thinking like that, then I will told you why we put here relieving prism, why we put here, or why we don't put here adversing prism, right? Just think, if we prescribe the prism in the permanently prescribe on the spectacles, right, then we use reliable prism, right? And if I want to give the ortho-optics exercise, simply use adverse prism, right? Now question is here, in ortho-optics exercise why we use adverse prism, and in permanently spectacles why we use reliable prism? Many strabismologists authority believe that just put the adverse prism in the permanently optical prescription, but authority believe that just give the relieving prism. Now question is, how we decide which one is better for the patient, right? According to the case. Just look, suppose here we put the relieving prism, right? Conventional relieving prism. You can ask what is a conventional relieving prism. Great, I will discuss in later part. Suppose if we put here prism in this direction, right, base out, right? Now if we put here base out prism, it means they are relieving prism. Suppose if we put here base out prism, right, this is base out prism, I think so. This is visual for all, right? This is base out prism, right? After putting this prism, eye is not turned into original position, but it seems look like to it getting into original position. So that's why we put or use the relieving prism in this part or in this section. Now you can ask why we use the ortho-optics prism or adverse prism, right? We just simply just suppose think like that, if we use here relieving prism, right, and in ortho-optics exercise we prescribe adverse prism. Why? In ortho-optics exercise we just want to patient with continuous practice of that exercise, they try to stimulate their as much as potential to make the eye here according to the condition, right? If this eye is isodeviation, right, if we use in isodeviation base out prism for prescribing relieving prism, conventional relieving prism, right? What about the adverse prism? If I want to give the adverse prism, if I want, then what we do, simply use convert the prism shape, means base in isodeviation in ortho-optics exercise. Why? Just I want to try to start exerting as much as force or forcefully to shift the eye into original direction. If you don't understand this part, just I try to draw the optical part of prism, what actually is going on, right? Just look, suppose this is eye, right? This is eye, right? This is eye, this is the two case. Eye is already inward, right, means toward nasally. What will happen if the primary site is coming from here? If they fall here, they simply going to stimulate the fovea. But if they come from here, or due to inward direction of movement of eye, due to divergence insufficiency or convergence excess, right? If the eye turn into in this direction, it means fovea is getting, suppose this is fovea, right? Light simply fall here instead of fall here. Our task is just bend the light, because if we shift the eye into this direction, it means we have to go through the surgical procedure. But as a practice, suppose this case is not as much as serious, right? We simply put the prism here. Now what is the role of prism? If we put simply prism here, what actually happen? Suppose this is a convergence, we already mention here, we use the conventional means reliable prism, means base out. If we put base out, the property of prism, suppose this is a base out prism, right? What will happen? The property of prism, when the light refract from the prism, they simply move toward the base, right? What will happen now, as we put prism here, right? I simply, suppose this is I mention with prism solid line. Why? Because is already eye is shifted into this direction. If we prism here, just the ray is just start deviating and fall into here, and patient achieve this single vision if the case is like this, right? So we use here this one. What about the adverse prism? Suppose, just think like that, if the case is not like this, right? I want to give the patient to orthooptic exercise. We just simply change the position of prism. Then what will happen? If we change the position of prism in this direction, right? Now eye is already shifted in this direction, right? What will happen? If the ray coming from apex part, I try to shift itself within a fraction of second, because this is an exercise. So during exercise, we never continuously perform the exercise, right, throughout the day. Means if we perform exercise, means it we do simply 1 or 2 minutes or half and 1 hour, right? So half and 1 hour we forcefully try to move the eye here in this direction or here in this direction, to just to locate the point is here, or this fovea. If I goes into this direction or move into this direction, means foveal part is shifting here, which is normally I try to fix it here. And normal prescription, this is the adverse prism, right? And previously which I put here prism in this direction, base out direction, it means this is the reliable prism. Question is here, we commonly use the prism in the phodia, not in the case of tropia. And in the case of tropia, right, we use the prism up to maximum 20-degree cases if we found, right? If the tropia is already occurred, it means patient should be shifted into the surgical procedure, right? And before going to surgical procedure, we have prescribed before 1 month to the surgical procedure, just for improvement the outcomes of surgery. Why outcomes of surgery? Just think like that, if tropia is happening, right, or happened, what will happen? Eye is already shifting into this direction, no matter in which direction, outward or inward, right, according to the case. We just prescribe the prism, relieving prism, means base toward the or base against the direction of deviation, just to fixate the eye, to assume the eye is already start perceiving the image from that part, when after surgery or post surgery they will actually perceive. I just try to say that, suppose this is the case, of tropia, right? We prescribe, right, 1 month before, this is the case of iso deviation, we prescribe base out. Why? Just shift the eye slightly this direction, just for after surgery, means post surgery recession or resection, according to the case which muscle we do, right? After recession or resection of these muscles, right, eye getting maintained on anatomical position, right, which actually it should be, right. So to make the eye habitual, previously the surgery, so that's why we put the prism before 1 month. Now here question is, why, what about the, this is the simply about the horizontal, if the patient or deviation is occurred or in convergence insufficiency or divergence occurred in the horizontal, what about vertical, means hypodeviation. Just simply look, suppose this is the eye, right, this is eye, this is eye, right, again this is a eye, this is a nose, right, again this is eye. What will happen here? Just simply look, this is eye, right, and this is again nose. Suppose eye is shifting, this one is normal eye, right, or this goes here or this goes here, what we do, right, hypodeviation. So if we want to prescribe the this type of case, right, already is happening, so if want to prescribe the glass to use the regular basis, we use the prescribe the relieving prism, right. And what is relieving prism? Relieving prism is just simply put the base against the deviation or put the apex in the deviation side, both are same thing. I repeat, put the base against the deviation, right, and second one, put the apex toward the deviation, both are same. Just look, suppose if we put apex toward deviation part, means base is down, right, or if we put base against the deviation, means again this is opposite. What about here? About this part, we simply put apex about deviation, means base out. If case is hypo, base up, right, and in case of hyperdeviation, base down. Now you can ask me, can we put all the prism, how much we found, no matter if suppose we found 10 diopter, 10 prism, right, can we put all the 10 prism in the same eye or in the deviating eye? Especially I recommend you never put this all the amount of prism which whatever you got in the same eye, just divide into equal half and then put. Now you can ask, what will happen or what is the consequence or what is the significance of putting the equal prism in the both eye? Just look, if you put here the all the prism, just I relate you or give you a detailed explanation. Just we use here conventional prism, right, just look like this is a conventional prism, right, this is a conventional prism. Suppose this is 1 mm, this is 5 mm, or this is 10 mm. According to distance, their thickness is getting changed, right, and this is a Fresnel prism, this is a Fresnel prism. Also we used, this is a 1 mm thickness and their thickness is too much. This Fresnel prism is found in up to 1 prism to up to 30 prism, they also found up to that amount, right. But now question is here, instead of using this one, if we use this one, what will happen? The vision is getting reduced. Why? Because due to their thickness, but their thickness is 1 mm. This is made up of polyvinyl chloride, right, so their weight is also light, their weight is more. So just look or just imagine here, I discussed previously this case, suppose eye is getting